kitchen. On today's recipe I have the Afghan cuisine. It is known as Kofta Chalow. Kofta is the Afghan meatball and Challow is the white Afghan rice. So today I'll show you how to make that. Let's go to the ingredients. For the kofta, which is gonna be the Afghan meatball, you need grounded beef here. So I have about 1.5 pounds here for my family size. With this, we're gonna make the sauce. So we will need some onions. This I'm gonna put it in the mixer for the marination and for the cooking. Also, you need some tomatoes, so they're fine chopped, some fresh garlic, and also a green pepper. This is optional if you don't like spicy. You will need some ginger garlic paste for the marination. If you don't want to put this ginger garlic paste, you can put crushed garlic for the marination. And you also need tomato paste. I also have my Afghan Basmati rice here. It's those long grain rice that you need, and I have soaked it for a couple of hours. This we're gonna be cooking as well. And I have some spices here for the marination and for the sauce. So I have turmeric powder, black pepper, cumin seeds for the rice, garam masala, salt, and coriander. So we'll go to the cooking now. For the kofta meatball, we need to marinate the ground beef first. So I had the onions before, and I have mixed it into a mixture here like this. We're going to put about 3 to 4 tablespoons of this onion. The rest I'm gonna leave it for the sauce. I'll put 3. A lot of people like to put more onions because they want to make the meat tender, but I'm going to pressure cook this, so I don't need that much. You also need a ginger garlic paste, about 1.5 tablespoons. If you don't want to use this, you can use garlic. And I also have green chili here, chili pepper, and we'll be also needing some salt. So I'll put some salt here, black pepper, coriander powder. You can put more coriander powder. This is really good for flavor and for the smell of the meat too. And I like to put some garam masala. If you have your own spice or masala for the meat, you can go ahead and use that as well. You're gonna mix this up now. I have mixed the ground beef with everything very well, and you're gonna go ahead, put this on the side. We'll go to the next step. Here I have water to get boiled for the rice, for the Afghan rice, and I have my heat on high. Go ahead and cover this, let this get boiled. The water has come to a boil here now for the rice. Now you're going to drain the water for this rice, which I have done already. You're going to put it in the hot boiling water. Now because I soaked this for 1.5 hours, you're going to let this get boiled for about 2 to 3 minutes, not longer than that. And in order to find a good rice, you can visit any of the Middle Eastern store, Afghan store, Persian, to find a good basmati rice. So we'll wait for this to get boiled for about 3 to 4 minutes. It's been about 3 minutes now that the water's been boiling, and you can tell by just pressing the rice, you can tell by the softness of it. So this is ready. Just before you drain the water, we need to separate some water of this. I'll show you what to do with this. So just separate some water from here before you drain it. With this separated water from the rice, what we're gonna do is take about 2 to 4 tablespoons of oil here. So I'm gonna add 1, 2, and 3. Add this here. You're gonna have some salt. Mix it up because this is gonna go on top of the rice. So salt is to taste. In the same pot here, you're gonna throw in the drained water of the rice. So throw in your rice bag. Now you're going to add the water on top of this rice, which was mixed with salt and oil. Add some cumin seeds. You can add more if you like. This is good for flavor. And then you're going to mix this. Once you mix the rice well, you're gonna cover this and let this get steamed for about 20 to half an hour. Make sure your heat is on low. I have a pressure cooker here. I'm gonna have some oil. My heat is a little bit over than medium. You're gonna go ahead with the onions. It's been about 2 minutes I've been stirring the onions. If you like, you can also use chopped onions. Now is the time to go with the garlic. Do not cook your onions too much because this is gonna darken the sauce. It's been about 2 minutes I've been stirring this as well. Now it's time for tomatoes. It's been about 2 minutes that I stir the tomatoes. You're gonna go now with the tomato paste, about 3 to 4 teaspoons, and mix it. Now you're gonna add turmeric on this, salt. Make sure you add salt a little bit because you also have it on the meat as well. If you like spicy, you can add your favorite spice. Once you mix the dry spices, you're gonna add just a little bit of water, just this much. Now is the time to make this into small meatballs or medium size. Wet your hand and take a little bit of this. When you see the oil getting separated from the sauce here, now is the time to put in the meatballs. Once you have all the meatballs inside the sauce, you're gonna put a little bit water, not too much because it's gonna get soupy. So just a little bit because we're going to pressure cook this. So this is good enough. And now you're going to pressure cook this. Depending on your heat and pressure cooker, I'll have mine for about 20-25 minutes pressure cook it. It's been good 20 to 25 minutes that the meatball has been cooking. So great. This is how it looks like. You're gonna bring this to a boil until the oil gets separated from the sauce, and then it's ready to be served. The rice has been good half an hour that's been steaming. So now this is also ready to be served. The Kofta Chalow is ready, the meatball with Afghan rice. We Afghans like to serve this with some lime and some green spicy chili here. So there you go. Please do try this recipe and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching today's show.